Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited to jump in today's crafting tutorial because I got a really cool new silicone mold and I made a gorgeous resin geode tiered tray with that mold. So if you're curious to see how I made this, then keep watching. Alright guys, so for this craft you're going to need several things. You're obviously going to need your 2-part resin. I use the Counterculture DIY resin. Mine is just across the room and the jugs that they come in are covered in resin and I don't want to set them on this table. So I'll just fill them up in my cups later. So you're also going to need some type of cup to mix up your resin in, and then I also have some smaller cups and you guys will be seeing what I'm doing with that later. I'm also going to be using some alcohol ink for this project. I have white and then I also have a silver. And then to mix up our colors and to stir up our resin, we are also going to need some popsicle sticks. And then I am using this mold that I got at Hobby Lobby. As you can see here, it was $12.99 and it is a like 3-tiered really pretty tray, so I thought this was really cool. Now just in case you are somewhere that doesn't have a Hobby Lobby nearby, I found this exact mold on Amazon several times. So I did get mine at Hobby Lobby, but I will put the Amazon link in the description in case you don't have a Hobby Lobby near you. And then I'm also going to be using this crushed glass. It's like a silver crushed glass or mirror. It has like some mirror pieces in there. I thought this would be really pretty. And then I'm also going to be using some like medium chunky white glitter. And then anytime we're working with resin, we obviously need to wear the right PPE, which is a full face respirator mask and some gloves. So I will be putting these on before I start mixing up our resin. So let's get started. So I really liked this silicone mold number 1. I know that it's going to come out glossy because it's super shiny. Number 2, I was worried that I was going to have to drill holes to connect it all. But as you can see here, it comes like with a little rubber piece attached to it. So it's going to create a hole. But also it came with 2 different packages that has like the fixtures in them, the little bars that separate the tiers and the handle on top, so I can choose between silver and gold. And if you do go to Hobby Lobby, in my case, I knew that I was going to be making more than one of these, so I did get a couple extra silver and gold ones just so I would have them on hand. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm going to be using the silver one for this specific tray, but I will set the gold aside to use for another one in the future. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put on my gear before I pour my resin into my cups. So you guys probably aren't going to be able to really hear me once I put my mask on. So I'm just going to be pouring equal parts of resin into each cup. And then I will be pouring one of the cups into the other and then just stirring it extremely well until it is completely mixed thoroughly all the way, meaning that there can't be any like cloudiness or haziness. You basically just have to mix it until it is like perfectly crystal clear again, and I'll try to show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm sorry if you guys can't really understand me through my mask, but you see what I mean? How it looks really like kind of cloudy, like hazy. You can like clearly see like streaks in there. You basically just have to keep stirring it until it is crystal clear again. All right, you guys, so I finished pouring everything in here. So I'm gonna let these cure for 24 hours. But before I walk away, I'm going to use my heat gun on the low setting, and I'm just going to pop any bubbles that come to the surface. And then, like I said, we'll leave it alone for 24 hours to let it cure. And then we will come back and add a top coat to all of it. All right, guys, so it has been 24 hours and our resin is completely cured, so we are ready to add our next layer. But before we add our next layer of resin, I do want to add some fine details with this oil-based medium point paint marker. This is a silver metallic paint marker. So what I'm going to do is just draw some lines throughout these just to give it some more detail and maybe add a little bit of dimension to it. And then we can mix up some more resin and add our final layer to our pieces. I think I'm going to outline like this gray silver band. So I'm going to put a line on the inside of it and the outside, and we'll see how that looks. Okay, so what are we thinking so far? I like that metallic so it shines a little bit differently in the light there. I'm liking the look so far. So as you can see, I kind of did like a thicker line around the outside there. So now I'm gonna outline this inside part, but I think I'll do like a thin line. All right, so now that I'm done with that, now I'm going to go mix up some more resin so that we can add our final layer. All right, guys, so same thing as yesterday. I'm gonna take my heat gun, turn it on the low setting, pop any bubbles, and then we're gonna let this cure for another 24 hours. All right, guys, so it has been 24 hours, so we are ready to demold our little resin pieces here, and we might have to sand down the edges just a little bit. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how it looks when I pull them out. But then I'm also going to be outlining the edges in our silver metallic oil-based paint marker just to give it, you know, some extra detail. And then we will be assembling our pieces to make our tiered tray. So now for like the most satisfying part of like any resin piece, it's the part where we take out our pieces from the silicone molds. And I just think it's so satisfying. All right, so here is our first piece. Loving it so far. All right, guys, so I took just an X-Acto knife, and like any little pieces that were sticking out, I just trimmed off. It didn't really need sanding, to be honest. There was just a couple of little pieces on each one that I just needed to scrape off, like little drops of resin that was obviously just like setting on the side of the mold, but it was still connected to the rest. So I just cut those little droplets off. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and assemble the tray, and then we'll do the edges. So this is the hardware that comes with the mold. It comes with silver and gold, and then it comes with the washers that go in between the trays and the screws to attach everything. So we obviously know that this big one is going to be the bottom piece. All right, so I know that this bottom screw has to go in the bottom like so. And then these little white, they're almost like foam or like really thin plastic washers just go in between each layer to protect it from the metal. Put it on there like so and twist it on that screw. But just to make sure it's really tight, we'll use this screwdriver here. Okay, so there's our first layer. All right, guys, so here's what it looks like all assembled. So now I'm going to take my silver metallic oil-based paint marker and then just outline these edges here. Alright guys, so here is the finished sides. Love the way that silver metallic marker just adds that extra detail. I think it needed that, and it is so gorgeous. So I think if I was selling these, like if you're making these to sell, I would probably put something along the edge to seal in that paint marker so that it doesn't get scratched. But because I'm keeping this for me, I'm not going to put anything on the sides because, you know, I am keeping it for me, and I'm not really worried about scratching it up on the sides, especially because I can just come down here and fix it if I need to, but I don't think I will. So this is the finished product. I absolutely love the way this came out. I think it is gorgeous from every angle. Like I said, you guys, I think this came out amazing. It is so pretty. I can't get enough of this. And I think I will definitely be making some more, maybe as like gifts or something, or just maybe to put in every room of my house, who knows. So definitely worth a trip to Hobby Lobby to get this silicone mold. Or if you don't have a Hobby Lobby near you, I will link the mold in the video description for you guys. But this was such a fun project, and I'm just so happy with the results. So that's where I'm gonna leave you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did like it, please let me know by giving me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop a comment down below. I would love to hear what you guys think. And if you're watching this video and you're not already subscribed to my channel, then make sure you click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.